The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. You found The Local Show right here on 570 WSYR, 106.9 FM, and of course you can see us on YouTube as well, and Great New York State Fair in full progress. And the fall is coming, but guess what? My mums are not blooming yet, so that's a good sign.
Well, they're not, that whole hardy mum, I think that was just so they could sell more mums. I think they said, so they're hardy mums. In other words, I can't plant anything, though, but these are hardy mums. So people, Judy saw some last weekend. She's like, we should get some hardy mums.
We'll have a nice conversation with her. Her name is Valerie Puma. How are you?
I'm good. Thank y'all so much for having me today.
Yeah, well, thank you. You are the communications specialist at AAA of Western and Central New York. They've combined those two, huh?
Yeah, it's great because AAA, it's a name that everybody knows,
Sure.
but not everybody knows that we have AAA and national.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's a national federation, but we're broken down into clubs. So our club is near and dear to home. So our territory is Western and Central New York, and I'm here in the Syracuse area representing Central New York.
And nobody mixes it up with AA, right? Because that's Alcoholics Anonymous. You don't get like the wrong call or anything.
No AA batteries, AAA only.
Or anything. Okay, always AAA. Okay.
Valerie, are you a Syracuse native, or did you come from somewhere else?
Oh, I'm originally from Texas. So I ended
grew up there?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I ended up in New York State for college, and I, one way or another, found my way to Syracuse.
SU, Lemoyne, Buffalo, where'd you go?
Binghamton.
Binghamton, okay. SUNY Binghamton? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For what? What brought you there?
Kind of the communications track.
Oh, yeah.
But I graduated during the pandemic and ended up with a small town job, hop and a skip north.
You mean this is small town or there?
Binghamton was small town.
Okay. All right, because I'm thinking Binghamton.
Sure. Yeah.
So you worked at a coffee shop. Okay.
What part of Texas were you from?
I'm from the Gulf Coast, so now that we're entering hurricane season, I'm definitely checking the news a little bit more often.
So the Galveston, Galveston.
Exactly. So if anybody's looking for AAA travel, especially for cruises out of Galveston, I can direct them personally how to get to the cruise terminal.
Very nice. Okay, so I don't think that people really know what AAA does these days because things have morphed over the years. So
Definitely.
What are the services that would be valuable to consumers?
Yeah, I know a lot of people when they think AAA, they're thinking when their flat tire happens in the construction zone and they need to call a tow truck.
Sure.
But we have other business lines. We've got travel, we've got insurance, and these are things that, when you're a teenager and your grandpa gets you your AAA card for the first time, you may not be thinking about, but when you're getting a little bit older and you're starting to plan that first really big trip, whether that's your honeymoon, your graduation trip, AAA travel agents, they're fantastic.
How do they help? They're an actual travel agent. They can book things for you.
Exactly.
Book hotels is what I'm looking for.
Yeah, and they know so much about the destinations that you may be considering, and they are your number one advocate as a traveler. So if anything were to go wrong, it's great to have somebody there that knows the questions to ask, they know who to call, and they're there to advocate for you, especially, if you've already made it to your destination, maybe you don't have cell signal, you're not sure who to call, having that travel agent there for you is fantastic.
Okay, I have a serious question.
Yeah.
How did you know my grandmother got me AAA when I was 16 years old? How did you know that?
We might have the same grandma.
Seriously, and I've been a member ever since. I'm 62, so whatever. Tom, do the math.
Yeah,
he can. A lot of years.
And my AAA card before I moved to New York, so my AAA Texas, I was a year member far longer than I've been alive because I was tackled on to my grandfather's membership.
Yeah, and now my 92-year-old mom, she gets the Christmas gift for the kids and the grandkids. AAA.
Yeah, it's great for Christmas. It's also great. I know we're talking about like college move-ins happening this week for a lot of the SUNY schools, especially.
Right.
But that is a great gift, especially, if this is the first time that your teenager's driving away from home. They're by themselves. Maybe they're driving your extra car off to college.
Yeah.
It's a great gift to have. But also thinking about like college dorm renters insurance. We've got these different business lines that you wouldn't even have thought about.
Are you old enough? Okay, YouTube viewers can see that she's not old. To remember what a triptych was?
I know what triptychs are working for AAA, but I am not old enough to have used them.
Okay, so Tom, did you ever get a triptych?
No.
So let's say you were going to Galveston. Okay, and you're like, we're going to Galveston.
Right.
And they would print out this really cool custom map. And you flip through it, had a coma in the end, and you would, where to turn, where to go, and you would follow your trip ticket.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
And it's
actually.
funny because nowadays everything's digital, of course.
Right.
But the AAA mobile app, you don't even have to be a AAA member to download it. It's free to download.
Okay.
But it uses the same system that like Google Maps or Apple Maps uses, and you can still do the triptych, and it'll show you gas stations on your route, attractions, places that you can stay, scenic overlooks.
That's
so
beautiful.
Everything's digital now, which is great because pretty much everybody's got their phone on them.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the modern era.
What's the average cost of a AAA membership, and what do you get for the different cost points?
So there are 3 different tiers. I know for me, since I work with AAA and I travel so much, I have the top tier, and even that's maybe $130 a year. But when you think about it, if you're using it specifically because you're driving so much and, heaven forbid that something does happen, you need to call
It will, eventually.
roadside service, especially where we live with so much snow. One roadside service call, that's going to cost more than what you're paying for your annual membership. So it's definitely worthwhile, especially
Is that the plus? Is that the plus?
It's the premium, I believe.
Okay, yeah. 'Cause I have like long towing, and you can go up to however miles it is.
Yeah, because there's the basic, which is great, especially if you're a newer driver and you're not doing a whole lot on the road. And then there's plus and there's premium. And, we're mostly talking about roadside service, but even that, when you're a member, you get to work with an insurance advisor, a travel agent. So you get all these benefits in one. And if you're thinking about it in terms of roadside service, one call, you've already paid for your membership.
I have had it for a very long time.
Yeah.
and eventually the battery dies or you have a flat tire. And the people that show up are really capable, and they seem to be well trained, or they don't have like an attitude like, I can't believe you go. They're like, oh, hey, we're going to get you going.
Yeah. Everyone I work with is fantastic. I love them all. And, you can really tell that these are people, a lot of them grew up in the area, so they may know, the exact off-road that you've ended up on.
Sure.
And, they're more than willing and capable to help you out. And
I don't know what the rule is, but they should accept tips because they work really hard. So lots of information at AAA.com. Or if maybe you want to give a membership for a child or a grandchild or something, 836-2582. 800-836-2582. Valerie, thanks for joining us today.
thank you so much for having me. This was fun.